Boom, 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 boom. Oh, fuck. Un momento, por favors. What's going on, everybody? It's Ricky with Video Homicide with a Friday night horror hangout. I'm just about to pop in The Mummy. All right, the Universal Monsters classic, The Mummy. A lot of people shit on this film, but I personally love it. I love the cast. I love Edward Van Sloan in pretty much anything I've ever seen him in. So we're gonna pop this fucker in first. I gotta switch the inputs on this bastard TV. There we go. AV. Give it a few minutes to let the homies hop on. I know it's kind of a late and random time, but it's fine. Boom. My fucking Let's give it a few moments, see if anyone pops on. Just wanted to talk about I uploaded the video talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so I'm not gonna go like in depth or anything on this, but I definitely had my thoughts on the film. I don't think it was great. I didn't think it was horrible. I just pretty much on the fence. I could take it or leave it. I find a lot of the new remakes and shit like that, they're all, you've seen one, you've seen them all, you know. And not even just remakes, but like new films in general. Universal picture. I mean, you can watch these Universal monster flicks in like HD Blu-ray and stuff, but I still think the tapes look fine. It's something about like the shit that we grew up with, you know, stuff that, you know, like I've seen Chainsaw, the original Chainsaw on like the oldest, shittiest transfer on like a VHS that my dad made. I still got it, and I prefer it almost as opposed to watching it like totally polished. Like I've seen that movie. I don't think I've seen it on Blu-ray, but I've seen it on DVD, and that's, you know, that's fine for me. I would love to have everything in as pristine element as possible, but you know, shit is expensive. Like for instance, today I went into Cinema One, which is the um, you know, chain movie store that we got over here. I've never been in another one, but I know that they're like all over Ontario and possibly across the Canada. But the prices are just ridiculous, man. Like a lot of times when I go in there, I just go in there to price stuff, just to see like you know, like or like find stuff. You know, I'll go in there and I'll be like, oh shit, I never heard of this. I gotta look this up when I get home. Sometimes I'll take a photo of it. Sometimes I'll write down the name of it, and sometimes I just go off the old Domester. And a lot of times I forget some of the shit that I wanted to look up, but that happens. Um, you could pretty much go in there with $10,000 and not even walk out with everything you want, which is insane, you know, because all those like arrows and blue underground and like all like, you know, like the boutique labels and shit, like the stuff that they got, like it's not that they have everything, but the stuff that they got is like ridiculous. It takes the fun out of it for me. Like for instance, like I want to get like all the Argento stuff that I really like, and I'm past the point of like of needing to have everything that like a director put out. Like for a while there I was like, I need to watch all the Fulci stuff, I need to watch this and that, and it's like, you know, it's not all, you know, it's not a race, you know what I'm saying? Trash Stash is in the house. What's going on, bro? I was just talking about this place I was in today, and like they had the Burble the Crystal Plumage and Cat of Nine Tails on 4K, which I don't have a 4K player, I don't have a 4K TV, and they're like $60 a pop, $70 a pop, or whatever it was. It was like completely insane. It's like almost to me, if you're paying top dollar, you need to get like a million fucking special features. There better be commentaries. There better be fucking 7 versions of the film because it's not worth it to, like a 4K player is probably what I just assumed $200. 4K TV, you're looking at what $1,000 for like a nice big one, and then you're starting to fuel the collection and what rebuying stuff you already have on 4K. Like to me, that's just insane. Like, and it's I'm not knocking anyone that does it. People do whatever they want with their cash, but I don't. I'm not going to be rebuying stuff that I already have on. Like, there's a few that I would love to get. Like, I'd love the Criterion version of Videodrome. I would love to have like a really clean copy of like Dawn of the Dead on like Blu-ray or something. I always miss the boat on those types of deals. But the one I have, like I have the VHS that I grew up with, which I love, which is the standard one that I go to, the Arrow cut or like the Arrow director's cut. And then I got two DVDs, the Anchor Bay DVDs, and there's all those. There's that. I think Arrow put out that box set, and then years ago there was another box set, but it's an out of print film, and it sucks that when you go into these movie stores and they have like 20. I've said this a million times, but they got 20 copies of Happy Death Day, but they have no copies of Dawn of the Dead, no copies of Day of the Dead. They have no staple titles. They might have like Zombie 4 or some shit, or just like a pile of piss. Yeah, total ripoff. Standard Blu-rays look fine. They do, and even the DVDs still look fine for the most part, unless you're watching, something that something that requires a sort of a cleaner element to look at, if you want to call it that. I'm just looking at the collection right now because I have sort of been toying around with it. So like I've got not all of them, but like a lot of my like Asian cinema like together. And next, I want to go for like exploitation. And when I say exploitation, that counts for everything from black exploitation to fucking Canuck exploitation to whatever it is, just all in one spot. And then I want to do like my regular films because I do have about, and this laptop that I'm filming off right now, it has a box underneath of it with probably anywhere from 50 to 70 movies in it. And they're all my non-horror, non-exploitation-y films that I haven't looked at in over a year and 2 months, 3 months, almost a year and 3 months. So there's a lot of movies that I want to watch that I know I own, but it's just a pain in the ass to like dig through these boxes. And luckily it's all alphabetical order, and I wrote on top, like A through F or whatever it is. Yeah, Dawn of the Dead is a weird one. Hardly ever gets a re-release. I think it's because of like the music and stuff, right? Because it's like Goblet. I don't know. I don't fucking know. That's almost always the case though with certain shit. Like, oh, the music rights are fucking everything up, and who knows? I would love to have one of those box sets, but again, I'm not paying. Like for instance, I'm streaming off YouTube, so I'm not able to share the screen. Like usually I use the Melon app, but it's telling me that my trial is over. Even though like I think if you use it and then wait a while and then try to use it again, like you can use it for free again because that's what happened to me. Like in order to pay for it, it's $15 monthly. Like I just don't know, man. I don't know if I can get that many streams out to make it worth $15 a month to make it worth that. Um, but what I want to do right now is I'm going to go on Amazon.ca. We're up in Canada in this joint. Let's type in Dawn of the Dead Blu-ray. Okay, so that's not totally unreasonable. They have the Dawn of the Dead Blu-ray. I'm not sure who this is put out by. Oh, it's a Region B. Region B2. This will not play on most Blu-ray players sold in North America. Blah blah blah. See, so I'd have to buy the fucking another DVD player just to watch it. I don't know about that. It seems like 4K is putting out a lot of stuff I want. Like there's Demons 1 and 2 on 4K. $62 though. You know, I can't justify that, especially on movies that I own. Could be. I'm still happy with the Dawn of the Dead DVD from Anchor Bay. Me too, man. And I don't even like. I got it, but I'd rather watch the 2 tape because that's just the cut that I grew up with. So on that DVD, there's like a few things on there that are just not in the version on tape. It pisses me off because it's like certain like lines that like me and my dad have always said. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Or there'll be like an epic sale on Amazon. But then again, like how like you never know when shit goes on sale. It's not like, or maybe you can, and I just never know there was this type of app or function on the site where you can notify when stuff goes on sale. I don't know. But there is definitely a lot of stuff I want to be picking up. Like I just found Necromantic is on YouTube, so I ripped that off YouTube. It's German, but that's fine. I want to put that on a DVD-R just to have on the collection. And a few other movies. There's a movie I want to watch called Made in Britain, which has Tim Roth in it, and he plays like a skinhead. Always love me some skinhead films, everything from American History X, Romper Stomper, to even more recent films like The Green Room, which I really liked. Highly recommend The Green Room. I think Xbox 360s can play Region B Blu-rays. Really? Hmm. I have a 360, but I don't know if I don't know. I'll have to try that out. I think I do have uh a few Region B, like my 88 films. I got a couple 88 films, like the I don't know if it's Asia Extreme or just Asian Films line, and I wasn't able to watch them, which pissed me off because my girlfriend bought them for me for whatever it was, my birthday or who knows what the fuck it was for, but couldn't even watch them, so I had to like bootleg them offline just to watch them. And I don't always want to have to do that, you know. Like I'd love to own it, but basically, if it goes on YouTube, it's so easy to just rip it, put it on a disc, put it on the shelf. There it is. You know, especially stuff that's either super expensive or you know, just shit. Like I don't like paying a lot of money into my collection because then it becomes like this cash grab thing. And I get it, like it all comes out in the wash. But if I can live without having all the commentaries and features and stuff and I can get it really quick, I'm fine with that. Like I've got movies on my shelf that I just can't either afford or just never see. Like I have Clown from 2014. That's a bootleg. I Come in Peace, Class of '84, Last House on the Left, and Hills Have Eyes. Fucking Martin, which is a great film from the '70s, which is really fucked up because if you've never seen the movie Martin, oh fuck, excuse me, I'm thinking of Bad Ronald. Martin is a great film too, George Romero. But Bad Ronald is a story of this guy that kills this little girl, and then his mom ends up helping him make this room in the house, so it's like invisible. You wouldn't know it was there unless you knew it was there. The mom dies, and the house is sold, and now there's this kid living in this room, and he's got these holes in the wall, and he's looking through the holes and shit. And when we first moved into this house, not this house, I'm in an apartment right now, but when we moved into our family home, like the first family home or whatever, um, there was holes in the basement in the walls and and I was like, is this some am I gonna come down here to do laundry and see like a fucking eyeball sticking through the hole? I'd piss. Try it in the Xbox. I will try those in the Xbox. Yep, I've seen some of it. Creepy movie, LOL. Yeah, it's a hard one to find too. Um, so if you ever spot it, definitely pick it. Like I remember, I speaking of the movie Martin, I seen the Martin DVD. Let me see how much that goes for. I remember years ago before I started like collecting, I remember thinking like, wow, because and my dad has I have it now, the Anchor Bay release with like the gatefold cover. And I remember thinking, oh, I wouldn't need that. And I'm like, fuck, man, there's probably like Romero commentary or who knows. Let's see, George Romero. So yeah, like see, like it's not even on here. It's on here, but it's not like there's no titles listed. Oh, that's a yeah. Well, $52, but $52 is like someone's selling it on here for $151. The Martin DVD. Like, get the fuck out of here. Have your pants pulled down. Martin's a good one. It's definitely weird. It's definitely it's. I would say Oh, it's on eBay for $10. No way. See, I always neglect eBay. I always forget about eBay. I don't do a lot of online shopping. I always forget eBay is a little cheaper, isn't it? See, there's the it's on here, but for me it's 25.33 plus $12 shipping from the States. Then they have the Anchor Bay cut for 154. Um, it just varies in prices. It's a fucking nightmare, man. It's a joke. But in terms of that film, like when you watch it, when you go to sit down and watch it, like just remember that it's a very it's unlike anything I can even really put together. It's playing with timelines. It's this and that. I won't spoil it for you, but I really do like the film. Highly recommended. You know, I'm just going through all my films again, man, and just really falling in love with. Not that I fell out of love with cinema, but like falling back in love with the collecting aspect of it, or not even collecting like actively going out and buying, but just like maintaining the collection, going through the collection. I spent a lot of time, a lot of nights, like neglecting it. Not like sounds like I'm talking about like abroad, but you go accustomed to what you have, and then you take it for granted. Because like I look at my shelf, I'm like, man, this is just like so many like amazing titles, especially after spending like 15 minutes in that movie store earlier today. I remember I just thought to myself, wow, there's a lot of good stuff, but there's so much garbage. Like, dude, like why do we need 20 copies of fucking Truth or Dare? Why do we need 10 copies of all these like horrible like full moon films? And I know people love the full moon and stuff like that. I just cannot fucking stand it. And there was like this evil bong set, which was like this huge thing, like taking up mega room on the shelf. I'm thinking, dude, like who the fuck is gonna buy that? Like unless they're just like they love that type of stuff, and some people do, right? Some people love trauma, full moon, all that shit. I just cannot fucking get. I can't get into them. I can get into some sleazer shithead films from the '70s that are just like, totally fucking out there. But when it comes to those trauma ones, and I hats off to them for using practical effects most of the time, and just having like this sort of B movie go out and make the film vibe to it. I could never get into it, especially like I remember watching Poultrygeist with my dad like maybe a couple years ago, and we just like looked at each other like mid film and we were like, what the fuck are we watching? Like, what is this? Let's watch something else. We finished it off, but oh man, I just could not. It wasn't for me. Yeah, I know how that goes. Well, Full Moon's cheesy stuff is really bad, but they got some good ones too. Castle Freak and Dark Angel are dope. Yeah, like I'm not saying that they're all like I got Castle Freak myself. I haven't watched it yet, and like the Puppet Master film, I like that. Um, is it the movie Dolls? I could be wrong, but there's like a giant teddy bear in it at one point. Really liked that one. Uh, fuck, was it called Dolls? I don't know. I think it was called Dolls. Oh, another good one. I don't think it's Trauma or any of that shit, but Vamp. Have you ever seen Vamp? It's so cool. It's so badass. It's like a good, Vamp is like would be a good triple feature would be Vamp, Near Dark, and then like Lost Boys. A lot of people talk shit. I've watched a few videos people talking shit about Lost Boys, and I'm like, I don't think it's that bad. I like Lost Boys. I think it's fun. It's a good like comfort film for me. Yeah, Vamp is good. I got it on tape a couple years ago by now, and it's just like a fun vampire film. Like two buddies, they like go to like a strip club, and I think one of the buddies is actually Grady from Nightmare on Elm Street Part Two, which is another film that gets a lot of hate because of its gay tendencies and stuff. But I personally love Part Two. I think it's very quotable. I love the kills. I love it. I love when he goes cruising at that bar and then runs into the teacher. And yeah, man, it's good stuff. Speaking of cruising, the film Cruising is really good with Pacino. And I don't know who the fuck else is in that film. I think it's a Coppola film or Brian De Palma. Who the fuck did Cruising? I gotta look it up now. Cruising. Oh, William Friedkin. William Friedkin did that. So the guy that did Exorcist, French Connection, quite a few other films. He's like, yeah, the Exorcist guy. Yeah. Excuse me. I fucking love the Mummy, man. It's so cool, so cheesy. I shouldn't say cheesy, but so like just like fun and very nostalgic for me. I don't use that word lightly, but this like the Universal films, the ones that I grew up. There he is, Edward Van Sloan, who also played the Doctor in Frankenstein or the Professor in Frankenstein. He also played, God damn it, not Renfield. Fuck, Van Helsing in Dracula. No, I'm watching The Mummy from the 30s, the one with Karloff. Karloff. Although I love that one from '99. I love it. I love when the guy's like that sleazy little Arab guy, and he's like, "Oh no, his neck did not break. Now we must watch him strangled to death." That's a fun flick. I was at a special effects place, probably maybe like 4 or 5 months ago, and I had a conversation with the guy running the shop, and he said he fucking hates that film. I said I love it, you know. And he's like, dude, you have a Dawn of the Dead patch on your fucking jacket, and you're talking about the Mummy. I like all kinds of fucking movies, And to be honest, I've been watching that much horror recently. I've been watching a lot of sort of like drama films and trying to get back into giallo films. I got like 40 minutes. I can tell you exactly how long. I'm 51 minutes into an hour and 25 minutes of a film by Ruggiero Deodato called Washing Machine, which is like, he even said that he doesn't really regard it as a giallo film. And like I'm watching it, I'm just like, holy fuck. The cool opening, but so far into the film, I'm just like, dude, this is dragging on to the point where I had to like pause it, and I was like, man, I can't watch. I want to finish it, but the rest of it, I just could not watch last night because I said, fuck, man, I need to just crash out. Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm sure, like when it's all said and done, it's going to be great, and it is like, Ruggiero Deodato. I love Cannibal Holocaust. He did one, I believe it's called Tale of Two Cops, which was like a fun, Polish sketty. Like I can't say the word, but there's like a word for Italian like cop crime films. Um, I wish I knew the word offhand. Even if I had it in front of me, I wouldn't be able to fucking say it because it's so twisted. Just checking on something here. I think that oh, just a minute. Boom. Have you seen House on the Edge of the Park? I've not. I've definitely seen it in people's collection videos and stuff, but I've never watched it before. Let me just look it up. House. It looks like Severin put it out. Oh, it's got the guy from that's the guy from Last House on the left, is it not? Looks exactly like him. It looks good. I don't want to spoil. I'll just leave it open in a tab so I can check it out. I do like Last House on the Left. I really do. I know people that love exploitation films and hate that film, but I really think it's pretty twisted and cool. I even like the remake of that film. That's like a good remake, like sort of like your forgotten remakes of 70s, 80s horror or sleaze. Like, that's one that I often forget. And that is Last House on the Left because that sequel is really good. That's when what's his name from Pinkman from goddamn Breaking Bad, like he's in that, like that's like pre Pinkman or like the start of Breaking Bad. So like that was really cool to see him like that. Loved Breaking Bad, loved him in Breaking Bad. He was probably my favorite part of the show. I've yet to watch the remake. I've got it, but haven't watched. Yeah, it's good. Last House on the Left, Hills Have Eyes. Those remakes, are just fantastic, man. Love them. Like that's from the air, like and again, like the chainsaw, the beginning, and the one from '03. Like I just think that those remakes are they make their characters so violent, so much more violent than the originals. Like when you watch the fuck is this? Oh, fucking radioactive blob fuel's gonna hop on soon. Um, fuck, I lost my train of thought, but that's what I was gonna say. Like they make the characters so much violent. Like look at Leatherface in those remakes. Like look at how he looks. He just looks so fucked up, so scary and like dirty and twisted and just like fucking that greasy water in the basement of that place. Like fuck, get that water out of there, bro. You're gonna get blisters on your feet. But you know, I think that those Last House on the Left, Hills Have Eyes remakes, I think those are even more gritty than that. Like especially that Hills Have Eyes fucking remake is just so visceral and just brutal. And if you, especially you got to make sure you watch you know, the director's cut or unrated cut. Is it the unrated cut? Where H is Hills Have Eyes. Well, the part two I have says unrated on the spine. I assume the other one is unrated as well, but either way, lots of twisted shit. Horror from '03 till around '11 have a totally different vibe. Super brutal. They were. I like the Hills Have Eyes remake, but I love the original. That's my favorite Wes Craven. Nice. I actually got Hills Have Eyes 1 and 2 on tape, which was a good score. I forget where I got them. Probably Shockstock. You know what I like? I like that I like that nowadays so much stuff is getting put out that you kind of do have a better chance of finding like an old favorite affordable. Like there's two movies I've talked about before, Tenement and Enemy Territory. I would love to have legit copies of those like cleaned up. Maybe they put them out. I don't know. Let me look it up real quick. Type in Enemy. Gee, I guess it would help if I fucking spelt it right. Enemy. No, not the one with fucking Adrian Brody. The one I'm talking about is like a total sleazy 80s. Maybe it wasn't put on DVD. It's also known as Game of Survival. Oh, it says someone looked up VHS. Surviving the game, no. For fuck's sakes, make a liar out of me here. Maybe it's just that rare of a film. It's pretty shitty. Well, it's not shitty. It's awesome, but it's very low budget. Tenement is even better, in my opinion. Okay, so the DVD is on there. It's $23 plus $5 shipping, which is worth it. Um, I have a bootleg of it, and I know there's not going to be any kind of like special effects or excuse me special features or anything, so I wouldn't even bite the bullet. But you know, movies like that where there's no special features and stuff, I don't give a fuck if it's a bootleg. If it's a movie that I really want to listen in on, then that's a different story. Um, I this is totally random, but it just caught my eye on the shelf. Like Creep Show 1 and 2, and then the Creep Show Just Desserts documentary. Highly recommend getting all three of those. Like the problem with Creep Show is like I know Arrow put out Creep Show 1 and 2, I think, and I think Scream Factory also did, but um, like what can they add? What can they add? Because I think everything's on those. I don't think there's any commentaries, so maybe there is on the Arrow stuff, but does it make it worth like $70? Not really. Part two is cool, kind of like Friday 13th part film. Yes. Oh, you're talking about the original? You know what, dude? It's been so long since I've seen the original, I can't even comment. I will comment on the remake one though. It's pretty brutal. What's my favorite type of special feature? Hands down, making of documentary, preferably full length or commentary with the director. Not with like like these ones where they got like a film buff or like a film critic. Those are okay, but it's nothing compares to having the director and like John Carpenter and Kurt Russell's commentaries are so fucking cool. But yeah, I would probably say that the documentary behind the scenes making of would be my special. Like, because there's sometimes there'll be like seven fucking different features, and it's like just roll them all into one, make a documentary out of it. Boom. What's the point in watching like a 3 minute clip? It's like this is where they make the weapon, and it's like, dude, mash that all together and get me a fucking bitch. You know what I want? Oh god. Yeah. You got the Spawn DVD. They got a badass making of documentary on it, 1.5 hour long. You know what? I don't. I have Spawn on tape, and I have season 3 of the cartoon on DVD. But I had the rest. I had volume 1 and 2 of or season 1 and 2 of the Spawn show on tape. Can't find them. Um, so I may or may not have sold them before I moved, like during the Great Purge. But yeah, either way, like that stuff's all on YouTube. You can get it easily. Like for instance, let me just double check to see if it's. I gotta open up a new tab here. YouTube. Go to Spawn animated series. Yeah, see if you go on here, they got it. Like it looks so. There's Spawn 2, Spawn 5. I didn't even know it went up to 5. I thought it went up to 3. The entire HBO animated series, episode 1. So yeah, you can get it on here. You can put it on a Blu-ray, and away you go. Or not a Blu-ray, a DVD rather. If you see the DVD at Goodwill, pick it up for the features. It's loaded. Oh yeah, I think the documentary's on YouTube. Fuck yeah. Fuck yes. You know what I need? I need one of these. I need one of these in me. Hold up. Fuck. Another good another good one with good features is if you've never seen The Raid from about 2010, Taiwanese film, no, Indonesian film. Great special features on that making of like it's a high octane action film, and actually it's in the Raid 2, the sequel, where they have these walls like in a bathroom, like stalls, and they have them on wheels so they can shift them around so the camera guy can get in there nice and deep. And highly recommend the Raid 1 and 2, especially part 1. It's very, very brutal. Good, Indonesian film made by a Welsh guy, which is crazy. Oh, you definitely got to see the Raid, dude. It's so good, so good. There's another Asian film called The Raid. Be careful because I accidentally bought it thinking that it was the third Raid because there's the Raid. I think it's called The Raid Redemption, and then The Raid 2, and then there's this other movie called The Raid. So it can throw you around, throw you through a loop, fuck you up. Fucking eye looks like it's all like red, twisted, twisted. Um, yeah, it's cold as fuck out here right now. Like the snow is blowing. Thing is, I don't think it's snowing right now. It's just blowing off the roofs of this fucking place, and it makes it look insane outside. Fucking eye. Corey and Trevor got away. Corey and Trevor got away. Fuck. What's going on, bro? What's going on with you? How was your visit? Was it good? Fuck, I'm out of water. First water. We're 35 minutes into this bitch, and I finished my first water. I'm parched already. Parched. Yeah, radioactive. We're just talking about special features and shit. Dude, I bought Casablanca on VHS and I was pissed. They put a 40-minute documentary before the movie, and I had to either fast forward it or watch all the spoilers. Yeah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Why the fuck would they do that? They actually did that with I think that on the Grease VHS, like the 35th anniversary, whatever the fuck. I think that they did that. Yeah, it's dumb. They put these documentaries before the film starts, and then you get screwed over, right? I hate that. Fucking hate that shit. They used to do that with I remember on like fuck, I don't remember the exact what VHS tape it was, but it had commercials for the show Ma and Pa Kettle. Oh man, that's gonna drive me insane. Yeah, it was alright, kind of weird under the circumstance, but always good to see them guys. Right on. Well, as long as it was good, feeling good's good enough. Fuck. What's another good special feature loaded movie? I'm drawing a blank right now. You pretty much got to buy like a fucking like a boutique type one. Didn't they have stuff like that on Jurassic Park tapes? It might have been. It might have been, but it was like Mon Pa Kettle. And then there was another commercial on the same tape for like this movie about like a tooth. It was like Timmy the Tooth or some shit like that. I never got to see any of those, but I remember seeing them in the trailers all the time. Some fucking movie about a tooth. It's like, oh, little toothy Timmy the Tooth. Timmy the Tooth has got a cavity from eating too much ass. Fuck. Like what was it? A fucking movie where the tooth? I don't know. Almost any unrated DVD will have some awesome special features. Yeah, yeah. I don't have that many unrated DVDs, or maybe I do, and I just don't know. I got some good like there's a good documentary out there called Document of the Dead, which is about the making of Dawn of the Dead. And also like I've taken a bunch of interviews and documentaries and stuff and TV appearances and stuff of Tom Savini, George Romero, put them all on one disc and got them in between like my Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead type section just because it's so fascinating with me. And you never know if you're going to be able to find that stuff again. Like to put it like to make a physical media copy of it, especially with like the documentaries and stuff. Like if it's a special feature and it makes its way onto YouTube, then you're laughing because then boom, you rip that whore, you got it. Instead of spending like fucking a ridiculous amount of money getting it. Yeah, this is gonna be the year of getting a lot of shit watched, a lot of stuff that I've been sitting on the back burner with for a while. You know, like I want to watch a lot more giallo films. I want to watch a lot more, um, Japanese and Chinese horror films and stuff. Anything from like '03 to '07. Once Netflix started streaming, they cut way back on features. Yeah, which is bull. Fucking Netflix. I don't. I think Netflix has its uses and stuff, but for the most part, it's too much power in a way where it's like too many shitty films, too many or unlimited options to you know watch 5 minutes of a film, be like this is gay, and then just change it. You guys ever seen that roundtable with like Toby Hooper, Stephen King, John Carpenter, I think Joe Dante? I've not seen that one, but I have seen the one with John Landis, John Carpenter, and I think George Romero, and it was really good. It's when Carpenter is in the middle of making. Um, oh, you know who it is? It's Carpenter Landis, and Cronenberg, because it's when Cronenberg's making Videodrome, and it's when Carpenter is making The Thing. It's like in that era. That's really good. It's on there. Fucking look it up real quick. Landis. It's right there. Landis, Carpenter, Cronenberg. Yeah, it's called Fear on Film from 1982. Carpenter's hair is like dark, and he just looks like a bad. Like all three of these guys look like such bad motherfuckers, even though they're just dressed like regular Joes. Love it. I think I've seen that a while back. Yeah, it's good. I'm due to to watch that again. It is awesome, dude. It is awesome. You know what else is awesome, boys? Is where is it? It's way the fuck over there. Cinema 187. Let me grab some more water. Let me grab my copy. We'll talk. We'll talk. Ugh. Fuck, boys. I'm sore. Sore as a whore. There you go. All right. So what I have here is the binder. Okay, and what this particular binder holds is every zine that I've ever made. Okay, starting back from when I was really young. Like, this one's about Bride of Frankenstein. It's actually about a book about the Bride of Frankenstein. I wrote a book report on. So there's that one. This is three short stories, three short stories, which just says three shitty short stories I wrote back in 05. This is the first zine I ever made proper, and it's called Bluntzilla's Graveyard, issue 1, where I talk about all these films. It's very archaic. It's like pretty shitty, and I put like this on the back, like this ad. And then this is a fake TV guide. It's only one page, like the front and back, but it's got like stuff I love. Fulci, French Connection, Chainsaw. And then this is when I started to get into like making like the art zine stuff, but it was all like rent, like shit that I didn't own most of the time. So this one's got Scorsese on the cover, Bluntzilla Video, Exploitation and Cinema and Art Magazine. Exploitation spelt wrong. And then I did this, which is like almost like a Leonard Maltin guide, but it only goes from like A to H. And it's very limited. Another issue of Bluntzilla Video from October 2017 with John Woo on the cover. Love John Woo. And then this one is from last year. This is Video Homicide issue 1. And then some of my most recent stuff, Raise the Dead issue 1. Filthy Ralph number 1. Want to start working on number 2 pretty soon. And then there it is, Cinema 187. I got a color copy and I got a black and white copy. So I'm going to pull out the color copy and we'll just go through it because, you know, we work, all of us worked on this, and I like it a lot. The first one that it was a pain in the ass putting this together. I'll be very fucking honest with you guys. Like, it was a nightmare putting this in order so that when you print it, it's only 10 pages as opposed to 20. Like, technically, I think there's 40 panels or 40 pages or whatever, but it comes out to no, it can't be 40, or maybe it is 40. I don't know, but either way, there it is. You know, zombie cover. The chick gets a thing in the eye. Fuck. So initially I had like a different cover picked out, and then I had another different cover picked out, and then I settled on this one because it was hard to get like a high resolution grindhousey photo. This one, it's not as high resolution as it looked on my computer, but everything else looks really good, so kind of makes up for that. And on the back, we got like the movie goers with the video homicide logo in the middle there. That looks dope. And then on page 1, like it looks so much better when you do it this way as opposed to the way I normally do it, where I would like if it's 10 pages, I print out 10 pieces of paper, fold them in half, staple them together that way, and it's a pain in the ass, but this way it makes it feel more official and better. So got right there, but it actually is in pretty high quality. Leading into the first page there, where you got again, like I also put like overlay over top of this so it looks like it's more aged than it actually is, which you'll see a better example of coming up here. But Riki, Pedro, and the Dawn of the, like you can see like the wear and tear, and I put like that film strip in the background with sort of the gradient red background to kind of simulate like that grindhouse opening title thing where it's like dan, 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 you know what I mean. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but I think it turned out pretty cool. I think the highlight of this is definitely the comic that Radioactive Blob Fuel did called Venom of a Killer, which I hope you don't mind that I changed up the piece of paper you sent me into this. I think it looks way better than just like all white. You know what I mean? So yeah, the comic is awesome. I showed it to my girlfriend. She thought it was really cool too. I can't wait to show my dad because he loves this film. And I know that he's going to love this panel right here with like Rodney's eyes and like him grabbing the ass. He's like, when you're in my house, your ass is my ass. Like, love that shit. And my favorite contribution into the book isn't even actually from the movies in question, but the one that Trash Dash did for New York Ripper. Like, I just think that's so fantastic. Me and Kayla both said that that's like really fucking good. And connection is unstable. What the fuck? Give me a 666 if you guys are still here because it said connection unstable and now I got no viewers. What the fuck? This has never happened with the old Melon app. Piece of shit. Yeah. They do look dope, man. But like how we're gonna put it out. For fuck's sakes, why does this keep doing this? Connection's stable as a cunt. Dirty bass. Anyways, who we looking at for the next issue? Because I know Kyle has said he wants to do Hills Have Eyes. What a Killer. I think Itchy the Killer would be really cool to do. But let me know what you guys think. I'd like to like get because I don't have to go back to work till Tuesday, and I have like I'm also like moving Kayla's office from one office to another, so I'm not gonna have like a fucking million hours this weekend, but I'd like to at least dedicate a few hours to drawing, and I'd like to start working on it. Do that because I was even thinking like we could make like the PDF version. Like Danny, I know we've talked about. We make a PDF version of if we just make it free, and then charge for the second issue because that could like I'm spitballing here obviously, but I'd like to get that into the hands as many people as possible. And I know that it's very expensive to print this shit, like in low runs especially. Like this copy right here was $11 to make one copy. Black and white, $3 to make. So black and white might be better to sell, but I don't want to discount the color stuff, like the fucking New York Ripper thing. I know I did the Gates of Hell in color as well. Like that page right there. I love that page. Do a digital download for sale. Yeah, exactly. That could be a good idea as well. I don't know. I definitely want to make money off them, but I just want to make them. It's fun as fuck. I started planning for Hills Have Eyes by Aja and a piece for Big Trouble in Little China. That's fucking cool. That's fucking cool. Um, I can definitely get behind both of those. I definitely want to do. I'm thinking Itchy the Killer because I would love, especially like Danny. Like I would love to see what the fuck that guy, what he does, man. For that, thanks, man. The other day, because I don't know, I just got this fucking weird pain in my foot. You never seen Itchy the Killer, dude? You got to check that shit out. You'll love that shit. That is very, um, it's good. It's really good. Watch Itchy Killer. Watch if you've never seen Dead or Alive, there's three of them. Fuck. The first one alone, I've only seen the first one so far. I got the box set by Kino. Uh, but like at the beginning of the one film or the beginning of the first film, there's a guy that like does a line of coke, which is insanely long. Itchy's wild. Which guy? The Itchy or that assassin dude? Like the assassin dude, like with the blonde hair. Not like Itchy himself, but like the blonde Yakuza dude. Danny, what are you feeling, man? What do you what kind of what would you like? Because I want to like draw what you guys are saying. Like I'd draw like something like Jack Burton, and then like something from Hills Have Eyes. I'd Itchy the Killer, or you know Itchy the guy from Itchy the Killer, and then fucking Kill. That's twisted. Stories like that make me happy. I don't live in the States, man, because shit's crazy down there. I would do the puppet. I would definitely puppet, or even like a trap. That would be cool, eh? Like do a trap. All right, so if you're down with that, I'm down with that, man. I have to like write it down. Those are my notes from the chainsaw film. Okay, so Hills Have Eyes. Hey, Video Homicide, what's up, man? What's going on, Josh Fulci fan? We're just talking about this zine contribution, and then here's two of the fellas' contributions, and then we did that with Natural Born Killer and City of the Living Dead as well. I keep freezing up. It's probably because the weather is so fucked out there. God damn it. If it keeps fucking up, just let me know. Well, I guess you let me know. You said you keep freezing up, so I don't fucking know. I don't know what's going on with it. Like it's the only thing I can say is that weather. Hills, and then what was the other one? Boom, boom. Big Trouble. Big Trouble in Little China. Cinema 1872. It's back now. Too soon. Are we good? Are we good? I can end this one and start a new. I don't know what's gonna like. Literally, when I look out my window, I see white. The snow's blowing so fucking much. Would love to see your collection, Josh. If you want to see the collection, there's a video, um, on the channel from like a week ago or something like that. A couple weeks ago. Check that out if you like. I do the whole wall. Um, the page count we're shooting for, I could shoot for the same. Like if you want to be that one that you did that has coffee in it. Boys, I'm sorry if this thing keeps fucking freezing up. It's freezing up on my end too. How would I go about fixing this? Son of a bitch, man. Figures I get when things going and then the internet starts being gay or connection. Give me a 666 if we're good here. 666. Trash is good. Okay. So yeah, in terms of the page count and shit, just do whatever you want. If it's one page, it's fucking one page. If it's 10, it's 10. You know, I'm good with whatever. I just want to make them. I just want to have like a bunch of them just to like look at. They're fucking, you know what I mean? Like I just love looking at them, flipping through them. Like it's very fun. And the fact that like made it with like you guys, like it's makes it even cooler, you know. Katie had to run in with some rattlers and we need some snake bite juice. And like I love how you even have like the panel where like the snake bite venom is sold out. Like that's just badass. Yeah, like I want to like I'm even considering doing like a comic based off of a film, but I don't know. I don't know which one. I really don't know which one. There's quite a few I mean I could choose from, but I don't know. I love making these zines and shit like that and the comics and stuff. Like it's very fun. Very therapeutic. It wasn't therapeutic putting those pages in order though. Fuck. Who would have thought it would be such a pain in the ass? Um Freezing up. Fuck this thing, man. Yeah, that snake bite was a pain in the ass to do. Thanks, guys. Yeah, that page monitor mirroring seems tedious. It's fucked. You know what I had to do? I had to pieces of paper. If we're gonna do something like that, yeah. You cut out, or you get the paper cut out and all that, and do it that way. I want to start working on a new comic, like the Filthy Ralph comic. So like this year, my goal is to get out another Filthy Ralph comic, at least one Filthy Ralph comic, a, a mini like graphic novel. Well, it's like a comic, but it's called the Blood Liquor Dojo, which is like a story I wrote, like a very short story, but I want to turn it into a comic, and then just be able to make them cheap, make them for cheap. You know what I mean? Like um, black and white stuff that can be printed on the cheap, and even like I know a lot of people that make zines and stuff. They'll do the cover page in like red, or like, not gotta ship it. You gotta do this, and it's just like fuck, man. And there's not enough places around me where I could just like go and sell them. Like the Filthy Ralph comic is like very fucking very vulgar and graphic and just insanely disgusting. Like my girlfriend said that like this is fucked. She's like you and like three people are gonna find this funny. You know, I've shown them to people that almost pissed their pants laughing, and I've shown them people that said like, "What the fuck? What the hell is this?" Yeah, drafting out first is essential. Adobe InDesign has a feature that does all that. Expecting any cool titles to buy soon? Um, Not really. I'm more on the lookout for just cool stuff to watch, you know, for free. You know, not necessarily own. Um, like I mentioned earlier, I started watching The Washing Machine by Ruggiero Deodato, and it just like fuck. But to own it, you're looking at like 50, $60. So what the fuck? I just want to see it. You know, that's the thing that I kind of fell into this trap of like having to own it and stuff. And now I'm just like, I just kind of really want to see them. Just want to see these films so you can take it in and compare it to other stuff. And I don't know if you guys keep film journals, but I haven't added to mine in a long time. But I kept a film journal for a while. Every time I watched a movie, I'd write down. You know what else is exciting? We recently hit 800 subscribers on the Video Homicide channel here. Not that I give a fuck or that that matters or anything, but it's still pretty cool. I remember when I had like one subscriber and it was like my friend. Radioactive is the Josh. Maybe Suspiria 4K, but kind of hate double dipping. 88 Films has some good stuff coming out. I keep a list where I just write down 1 to 5 stars. I mean, phenomenal. Yeah, 88 Films does have some good stuff, man. Like the few that I have are just great. Even though I had to fucking watch them, I had to watch them online because of the whole region thing. But again, like Danny said, that Xbox 360 should be able to play it, so definitely try that. What else? I don't know, man. Like, look at that new Slumber Party Massacre movie. Oh, really? I didn't even know that they did that. Suspiria ain't that impressive to upgrade. Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of Suspiria. I didn't know that they did a new Slumber Party Massacre. Maybe I did. I just didn't. I wonder how that is. First one's pretty fucking cool. I like it. I've only seen the first one, and I do enjoy it. I remember the condo days. Like me and my buddy, well, my grandpa, he had a fucking stroke, and then he still had like 4 months on his lease or something. So we just stayed at the apartment, and you know, it sucked. It was very sad and stuff, but it was cool because all the boys would come over and we'd hang out and smoke and drink and all that shit. But I remember that's when I started to burn movies onto DVDs, and I remember that was one of them, Slumber Party Massacre. I remember watching and being like, "What the fuck? This is so cool, man!" Like, so bad, but it's got a few good kill scenes. Yeah, that was the era I believe when I also first saw Phantasm and Phantasm 2 and all that stuff. Phantasm wasn't a franchise or movie series that I grew up with. The only thing I knew about Phantasm when I was a kid was what was on the Boogeymen Flicks Mix compilation DVD. That was it. Highly recommend that DVD as well. I have another one. It's like all fight scenes, but again, that's still put away in a box. I actually have a tote I'm looking at over there, my own bootlegs and stuff. Radioactive blob fuel. I have the Suspiria 4K and I love the transfer. Anyway, they anyway have pre-ordered Argento's Phenomena. I love that film. If you thought the kids in the new Sam were woke, wait till you see the kids in the new Summer Party Massacre. Dude, I couldn't fucking take those like the kid that was like the survivor school shooting. I was like, man, you shouldn't have survived that because you're fucking awful. I hated the way the fuck looked too. And like there's that scene where she's like upstairs and like comes out of the bathroom with a cigarette. She's like, I didn't fuck him. And it's like they had to like throw like that like little like no one's even thinking like no one who wants to fuck you. You know what I mean? Is that horrible to say? Fuck that broad. I hated all those kids. I hated every fucking character in the film except for like the guy with the gun and the Leatherface. Even though Leatherface looked like he was about 40, whereas Marilyn Burns' character, even though it wasn't Marilyn Burns, looks like she's about 95. I have the Suspiria Blu-ray and transfer is great. Phenomenal, maybe my favorite Argento. Fuck, I gotta see that one then. Because my favorite Argento is Bird with the Crystal Plumage and Cat of Nine Tails and Four Flies on Grey Velvet. I think those three movies are like one of the best. Like that trilogy is like right up there with the Gates of Hell trilogy for me, and I hold those in high regard, the fucking highest. Yeah. Have I seen Tenebrae? I've not seen Tenebrae. I think I have it. I think I have a bootleg of it. I have a binder with like a shitload of bootlegs in it, but I lent it to my dad, so there's a lot of my stuff like is there. I bought cases because I found like these packs of empty DVD cases for like $1.25. You get like six. Grabbed like fucking four of them, and so I can add some bootlegs to the collection just to like, not to pad the collection, but to give it a little how do you do, because there's like classic stuff that I own boots of, but they're just not on the shelf. And I don't give a fuck. A boot's a boot, man. Like, or a movie's a movie. It looks cool to me too. Like, I don't know. I like mixing it all up. I even played with the idea of like mixing all the genres together, but then I settled on not doing that. Nothing like Fulci's Zombie number two, City of the Living Dead, Beyond, House by the Cemetery. Yeah, I love them. That's like Fulci stuff for me. Like those are my favorite Fulcis. You just name them off. Fuck Boris Karloff. It's hard to beat the '70s Jolly because the aesthetic sells the hell out of them, but the Tenebrae has innovative filming techniques. Yeah, I gotta that shit. What was that movie? I feel like it was near the end of. Was it Black Sunday? No, it wasn't Black Sunday. Mm. Oh yeah, that kidnap movie was really good. Deep Red. That was a good fucking movie. Deep Red. That's what it was. Yeah. I want to see Torso as well. I mean, check that out. Deep Red was my all-time favorite giallo. Dude, same. That shit is great. Love it. Deep Red is great. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, it's cool that you guys are on the same wavelength because like I don't get to talk about this stuff that much um, with people that know what I'm talking about. So it's always fun to do these live shows. That's fair. I like a good bit more than, but at the time it was my favorite. Yeah, I can't wait to see Argento's new one, Dark Glasses. Yeah, I heard he's putting a new film out. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's great. Ugh, kind of fucked up sitting on the edge of the couch for like a fucking hour. I feel like my dad pissed drunk sitting telling me a story sitting at the edge of the couch like, hey, son, which cut of Deep Red do you prefer? I think the cut that I seen Deep Red 126 minutes. That's probably the one that I watched. I like the short version. I just thought the movie was so fucking weird. That little doll's head. I like the choppy public domain version. I got it on a multi. I think it's the international short version.